I simply am unaware of it. Music. I'm grateful. Chris Jones, the Chiefs DT, jams. People are not only amused by his stories, they serve as a constant reminder of how genuine and enjoyable this connection is. The winning Pop-Tarts evolved into more than just a snack as the season progressed. They turned into a sort of lucky charm. Every time the Chiefs achieved a significant victory, fans would shower Taylor with shout-outs and Pop-Tart emojis in the comments section. On social media, it became a common inside joke. During a podcast interview, Travis even joined in when a game earned a Pop-Tart, stating, "Hey, if those Pop-Tarts keep coming, we'll keep winning." Beyond the touchdowns and headlines, this story illustrates what occurs when friendship, love, and a little homemade magic come together. So perhaps there is some truth to it. It's about caring, connection, and laughter that extends well beyond the field, not about celebrity. Therefore, keep in mind that it's not just for show the next time Chris Jones enters a media room humming along to a Taylor Swift song. It reflects the positive energy that permeates the team, the laughter that is shared, and the friendships that have developed from something as basic as a box of Pop-Tarts. Make sure you hit the subscribe button immediately if you adore this tale and want to continue watching the cutest behind-the-scenes moments involving Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs family. Swift Kelce TV has more endearing, thrilling, and unique tales in store for you, so stay tuned. Don't pass this up. Join, stay in touch, and participate in the adventure. Stars blended together all around them. Prominent faces welcomed one another, but they were always in the spotlight. Watching Taylor and Travis together was like watching a classic Hollywood premiere. The kind where grace and charisma meet under golden light. One attendee whispered to another. Their nonverbal cues conveyed everything. A soft touch on the arm, a mutual look that lingered too long. They weren't there to garner attention. The others in the room could only observe them as they lived in the moment. The two later discovered themselves in the VIP lounge, which is located behind the scenes and off the main floor. There was softer lighting. A small jazz trio played a slow song next to the bar, while the commotion subsided to a faint hum. Taylor rested her head on Travis's shoulder there. He put his arm around her and stroked his fingers through a lock of her hair. It was one of the most organic displays of affection they had witnessed all night. A nearby staff member whispered, "Just warmth, no cameras, no posing." They were joined in the lounge by friends from both realms. A handful of Travis's Kansas City teammates stopped by to say hello, laugh, and raise a glass to the evening. The presence of some of Taylor's closest pals from her creative team gave the event a laid-back vibe. They exchanged tales, giggles, and the peaceful solace that comes from being in the company of folks who get your life, but don't want to be the center of attention. The elegance wasn't the only thing that made the evening memorable. It was the way Taylor and Travis coexisted there. They had no intention of feeding the cameras or outshining anyone. They were just grounded, connected, and present. They felt isolated in their own universe, while being surrounded by hundreds of guests. Everyone who watched them grinned, because of such unstaged, unpretentious intimacy. As the evening wore on, several guests couldn't help but snap a few distant pictures. In one photo, Taylor was seen staring up at Travis while he spoke to her. His face was composed, guarded, and joyful, whereas hers was one of pure love. In a different picture, their silhouettes were framed by golden light as they listened to the music while holding hands. It was sophisticated, authentic, and easily romantic. Taylor looked flawless and uncomplicated, according to a stylist who worked on the event. Her sleek black dress exuded confidence and classic style, while her large grey jacket added a hint of European flair. With each movement, her blonde hair, which fell over her shoulders and was gently curled, shimmered. Every time she turned, the French designer's silver handbag caught the sun, adding the perfect accent. Conversely, Travis was the epitome of subtle charm. His cream turtleneck and beige long coat exuded subtle luxury, and his polished shoes and tailored pants finished the impression of a guy who knows how to strike a balance between substance and strength. That evening, they did some dancing, but not on the main floor. Travis took Taylor's hand, and we swayed to a slow song in the lounge's corner, where the music was calmer. He spun her around once, and she laughed before leaning her head on his chest. It was one of those brief moments that reminded everyone why people adore their narratives so much. It was straightforward, endearing, and genuine. The couple strolled hand in hand back through the great foyer when it came time to depart. Outside, cameras continued to wait without hurrying. Taylor gently waved to a few admirers across the street while Travis held the door open for her. When the flashlights went off once more, she grinned, but it wasn't a red carpet grin. Warm and effortless, it was a real one. As they entered the SUV, Travis put a gentle touch on her back and met her gaze one last time before the car door shut. Whispers and admiring looks were left behind as the car slowly moved away. The excitement in the ballroom persisted, even after they departed. Their entrance, their grace, and the way they seemed to elevate an ordinary evening into something extraordinary was still being discussed by the guests. It had nothing to do with elaborate displays or costumes. It was about connection, the kind that communicates through gestures, looks, and mutual laughter. Someone who had attended the banquet wrote a brief online message later that evening, detailing what they seen. They didn't act well known. They behaved affectionately. People's emotions were encapsulated in that one sentence. The two reportedly had a peaceful evening at their flat. Sitting by the window with a view of the city lights, they listened to soothing tunes and ordered dessert from their favorite bakery. As they gazed out at the skyline, remembering another night that strangely felt both ordinary and wonderful, the laughing from earlier in the evening lingered. Taylor and Travis's story at the Halloween gala wasn't about notoriety or extravagant gestures. It had to do with collaboration. It was about two people deciding to support one another despite the loudness of the outside world. More is spoken than could be said by the way they move through crowds together, constantly in sync with one another's cadence. Numerous love stories have been told in New York, but this one seemed fresh. Perhaps it was the timing, perhaps it was the serenity of their chemistry, or perhaps it was just the uncommon magic of two universes perfectly merging. One thing became evident when spectators and supporters went over the pictures from that evening. There's no need for special effects or headlines when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce enter a room together. It is sufficient that they are there. Their story seemed like something from a classic movie. From their first look in the city lights to the last peaceful ride home, every gesture, every shared laugh, every grin created its own scene. And the straightforward truth was conveyed in every scene. Love doesn't need to try when it's genuine. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and join us on Swift Kelce TV for more tales that will bring you closer to the moments you cherish if you loved this lovely look into their Halloween night. The world doesn't only watch when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce appear. It believes, it feels, and it listens.